And welcome to the Lower Makefield Township Pool Public Reopening Meeting. Today is March 10th, 2021, and it is 7 p.m. I just want to introduce myself before we get started. I'm Monica Tierney. I'm the Director of Parks and Recreation, and today we have here Lynn Todd, who is the Operations Manager for the Parks and Recreation Department. So we're here to go over our We're Coming Back opening for the pool 2021. We're very excited to have you. I just wanted to real quick take a moment to thank my very, very hardworking staff. This has been a roller coaster year for them. Lynn, Chris, Bob, and Vic in particular, I really want to thank you for all of your hard work. I know you've really been busting your humps trying to get ready for this season at record pace, and I'm very proud of you, and thank you very much for all the hard work you've done. So just to get started today, this is what we're going to cover, and then we'll open up at the end for public comment. So we're going to get started. This is the pool today. So just want to let you know, we're starting to fill the Olympic pool. We have a lot of things happening in these last 19 days. There's 19 days until we open, and we're very excited. Everything's going on track. There's, maybe a little bit of shuffling here or there, but nothing that was unanticipated. We did a very good job as a team developing a good timeline, and we'll review that timeline to show you where we are, just so you know, some of the things we've been through. I pretty much started that timeline in March, even though we start some of our planning in December. So we'll go over the survey, we'll review it. So we did put that survey out last week, and then we'll cover some of the frequently asked questions that we get from the public, both in the survey, by phone, email, and then, just some of the general concerns in passing that people have brought up to us. So hooray, 19 days, very excited. Now, if we could just get a little bit warmer. So here are some key dates. Just wanted to go over these dates with you. You can see the check marks. These things are all done. On Wednesday, we're going to do, Lynn, if I misspeak, I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday that we're doing lifeguard recertifications in the pool. So you may see some people swimming in the pool. That's our staff training to be ready to lifeguard for you. We're going to do an all staff training this weekend. We'll cover a litany of things from, sexual harassment to AED CPR, special cleaning protocols for the pool, customer service. We do some team building. Most of it's going to be remote, some in-person training. Very excited to have the staff and see everybody again. We have quite a hefty staff, and we're looking forward to having you. And then the 29th is opening day. You'll see that consistently through here. So we're all set for opening day. You can see some of the things that we've been doing in the back end as far as administration, early bird registration, special event decisions, all hands on deck, heavy registration, and opening day. So today we're doing the resident member information Zoom. We've kept on track for all of these things, and we're excited to move forward to opening day. And then here are some of the repairs. Now we had 2 pages of repairs. I cut it down because, this is everything that kind of happened. Oh, maybe I kept it. Nope, I kept it. So these are all the things that we had to do over this time. This whole page is done. This is where we're at right now. Tomorrow, the slide repair and maintenance happens. So there's some cracking in the slide that we're repairing. There's a couple motors that had to be fixed. There's a number of little things here and there that we had to fix. We are still in progress from filling the pools. It took us a little longer this year because we did it a little bit more phased so we can get the lap lanes running for you for our staff training earlier, because as you may or may not know, a lot of the indoor pools were closed. So finding the training facilities that they would ordinarily have off season was a little bit more difficult. So we worked very hard so that we could at least fill the lap pool early, so our staff can get in a little early to do their lifeguard training that they would ordinarily do indoors in the off season. The pool for the lap pool is all balanced. We'll work to balance the other pools as we move along. The high dive has been repaired. The railing was dry rotted. We had to fix that, and we had to replace the high dive on its stand. Landscaping was done today, and finally opening day. So I just kind of ran through some of the things that we go through in order to open the pool for you. Now, my presentation is going to be brief, Lynn. If you catch me with anything that I'm missing, please feel free to interrupt.
Okay.
Thank you. Survey review. The survey went great. We had 702 unique responses. 93% were previous members. These are just a couple things we're highlighting. The entire report for the survey is online. 72.1% already purchased memberships, and 53% of respondents still had concerns and hesitations about joining. And the number one concern was cleanliness in the survey. So that leads to the FAQ. We're getting so much feedback one way or another. The whole world is mixed in their opinions of things. So we really tried to take a safe but neutral perspective. We had to use the CDC guidelines, the governor's orders, and the county's guidelines in order to come up with something that was right for us, along with all the aquatics guidelines that we had available to us as we started programming for the pool this year. Some of the things I have to say that I'm very happy about that I was unsure that we could offer before was, some of the classes. We really picked it up with the classes: deep water aerobics, and Zumba. We were able to offer lessons, which I really wanted to do, but I wasn't sure if we would be able to. So we were able to offer them. We're offering them a little bit differently, but we're still offering them. And, we also have the lane, the long course available for lap swimming, which is something people have wanted for a very long time. And we found some time in the day to be able to do that. So we're very excited about that. And we have extended baby pool hours, which is something that parents have always wanted because of nap times or whatsoever. So we're very excited for some of the things that we're able to offer this year, even extra than we've ever been able to offer before, which is very exciting. There are some modifications that we had to make just to keep numbers low. So our approach was, we know certain times of the year have a high number of folks, up to 2,500 in a day, participants, particularly special events or warmer days, or days that we have high programming. So we took a look at our programming and we tried to spread it out throughout the day a little differently and reapproach the way that we do it in a way that people could still participate. Because we know people work and have schedules and all of that too. So that's the way we looked at it. But one of the things that we're going to start with, at least, is a no guest policy. So there will be a no guest policy starting the season. Our priority is getting members in and making sure that they have time and space and they feel comfortable at the pool. We will reevaluate this regularly once we see the flow of the pool and how things are going. If guest is something that we can add back, we would love to do that. We're going to constantly evaluate our process and what's going on in the world. And, if we feel that the guests could be added, we will. Membership. I can't remember what this was on the fact sheet. Hold on one second here. I got myself all turned around. Oh, cutting membership off. So we are not cutting membership off. We're not even close to what a normal, I wouldn't say we're not even close. We're close to what normal membership would be, but we're still below. We're ahead of what our expectations were for this budget year, which is a good thing. But I think we'll be fine as far as the numbers with the way we scheduled the pool. I feel good about that. So we're not cutting it off. Scheduling times was the third most asked question. We are not going to require you to schedule time to visit the pool. That's why we adjusted the schedule so that there will be a better flow. We don't feel that that's necessary. The only thing you will have to schedule time for is the lap lanes and the long course. And you can, we put out a schedule that you could take a look at when lap lanes are available. You can give us a call. You can even in person, when you're in the pool, sign up for your next time. You can do that too. But we're going to do an hour at a time. We put all the policies out. You could take a look at them. You can do an hour at a time. It's all by phone call. And the reason we did phone call is we are getting way too complicated trying to come up with a system of reservation. And we recognize that, that's not a perfect system, that people may show up, people may no show. So if someone no shows and you're there and you want to swim and a lane is available, you can hop in for that final 15 minutes. We'll keep a lane for you for 15 minutes. If you don't show up, then we'll open it up to someone else. So those policies are all available to you in the FAQ sheet. So please take a look at that. The next thing in particular is COVID-19 related to policies. One of the biggest to me and most important is don't come to the pool sick. If you're sick at all, if you're not feeling well, please don't come to the pool. That's what's going to protect us and what's going to save us. Don't come if you're not feeling well. If you're feeling off, don't come. If a family member is feeling off, don't come. Please just try to keep this pool open. We just want to stay open. So if you could do that, we really appreciate that. Just self-check yourself. Do I have a temperature? Am I coughing? Am I having trouble breathing? Don't come to the pool in those instances. I think that's really what's going to keep our pool running. And I really hope that nobody does experience that through the summer, but in the event that you're sick, please stay home. We're going to spread the chairs out into zones so that you and your family can sit together, but you all have enough space. So please try to keep the chairs where they are. We're asking you not to move them. When you come in, we're going to have wipes available. You can wipe in and wipe out. We changed the way we're going to do that because the world is changing and we constantly are reevaluating the way we're doing things. So you're wiping in, you're wiping out. We will clean throughout the day, but please also be ahead and behind yourself. Social distancing, just be respectful of other people's space. We will be a little bit more particular in line for the slide and diving board. Just be mindful that other people may or may not be as comfortable or uncomfortable as you, and respect people's space in that way. And I'll cover the masking information a little later. Be respectful to others. There are just as many people that don't want to wear a mask at all as people who do still feel that they want to wear a mask. I pretty much get even amount of communication about that. Once someone mentions one, then I get a response email the same day. When someone puts something on social media, I get a response email about the social media post. I really just want you to know that people are really on both sides of the fence. So let's just be fair and equitable. And that's what we try to do here with our policies today as we put them together. And then as far as cleaning protocols, we worked very closely with the Risk Management Division of Delaware Valley Trust, which is our insurer. They came up with a good plan for cleaning that is compliant with all the guidelines. And they're actually coming in and they're going to train all of our staff of cleaning, not only cleaning protocol, but safety protocol. Like how can they stay safe while they're cleaning? We do a mild cleaning protocol. Usually this is above and beyond. It's teaching our staff really to be safe and mindful. And Lynn, do you have any more to add to that? Because I know you've been arranging this training.
Yeah, we've made sure we had all the proper cleaning materials, supplies that we need that are CDC approved. We're getting all the right equipment. Just to make sure everything's up to speed and we're following all the protocols in place. And I look forward to getting everyone trained up and have them working at the pool.
Thank you. Yeah, so Lynn's been working a lot hands-on with the training and the risk management team from DVIT, which is Delaware Valley Trust. So, she's been today I saw her meeting with them. So I'm very excited to see what they have to say this weekend when they train our staff. All employees are going to be all hands on deck with cleaning. So there's that too. We have hired a professional cleaner to come in at minimum once per week for the bathrooms to do a deeper clean. So our staff will clean it throughout the day, but then we're going to have a deeper clean once a week. This is something we were planning to do even pre-COVID-19 for our bathroom. So I'm really looking forward to put that in place. We will also be closing from 3 to 4 p.m. the entire facility. This is for multiple reasons. One is for us to do a deep clean. 2 is because our schedule is so diverse and long now that we do need that extra time to maybe even throw a vacuum in or do some extra skimming or go and meet with our staff quickly to regroup. So we're going to use that time for that. We're going to see how this works at the beginning of the season, and we'll reevaluate again in mid-July. I do think this is going to be a very valuable hour that we need every day. So looking forward to that. And then we will also have freestanding hand sanitizer stations, mostly probably just a table, mostly with some wipes and sanitizer available to you for use throughout the day. So I know this is the #1 concern. The facility will be clean. Lynn and I are going to be hands-on down there with this too. So really going to offer a nice environment for you. The next FAQ is number 6, which is vaccinations. Will vaccinations be required? We've been asked this quite frequently, and I'm going to say no. Vaccinations will not be required. First, some of our staff are too young for the current vaccines. You know, we really can't require it or monitor it. There's no way for us to do that we're not healthcare professionals. So, we're not going to require it. But we do hope that people are getting their vaccinations, and that will help us. And that's all I can say about vaccinations. Will there be chairs and tables and shade? Yes, we're going to put out as much chairs and tables and shade as we possibly can. Will there possibly be less? Yes. Lynn and I were just talking before this meeting that we're going to go down, we're going to stage everything, see how it all looks. And we have an idea of what we want to do, but we can't wait to see it and see how it is when it comes to fruition. But there'll be plenty. I'll take pictures, I'll post so you can see that there'll be plenty of shade and tables and chairs for you this year. We even added in this year little side tables for the chairs too. So that's going to be something new that you see, which is exciting. Programming. I went over programming earlier. I will reiterate, I'm very excited about the amount of programming we were able to do, about a different and diverse programming we're able to do. And I hope that we can continue to play with our programming with time. Capacity. There's been a lot of questions about capacity. So this is how we're going to start out. I know that the rules are changing on the 31st. Our maximum capacity for the facility is 1,498 people. We're going to start out with 1,000 people. That's how we're going to start. Are there days on a normal basis where we max out at 2,500 throughout the entire day? Yes. We've never tracked hourly capacity, so it's hard for us to know, but I don't think we've ever exceeded our max capacity, with people leaving and coming throughout the day. So I think we'll be just fine with capacity. 1,000 is quite a bit of people. So there's that. And then finally, masking. This is one of the questions that people have had a lot. I just want to cover this and say, I think that we went through this in a very fair way. The governor's masking order is still in effect. Bucks County, they have feelings that masking should be none. The CDC has a range of vaccinated versus unvaccinated, which we're not sure if everybody's vaccinated. So this is how we're going to do it with all the feedback and all the guidelines. You will not need a mask while you're swimming. We do not want anybody waterboarding themselves or feeling unsafe with a mask on. I don't want our lifeguards to have to jump in for someone in a mask in the water, so mask in the water, no. While you're walking from pool to pool, you will not need a mask. While you're standing in line for the slide or the diving board, you will not need a mask. And while you're sitting with your family and or friends, if you have a little pod of people that no mask, that's fine. When you're sitting in your lounge chair laying out, no mask, that's fine. You don't need a mask for that. When you will need a mask is when you're interacting with our staff. Many of our staff are not vaccinated. They're young, and we really want to keep them safe and healthy, and we want to keep the pool open. The pool could possibly close if we don't have enough staff or if there's an outbreak. So we really need to keep them healthy. So when you're interacting with our staff, when you're going inside the bathroom facility, and when you're standing in line to enter the facility or ordering snacks at the snack stand, that's pretty much interactions with our, it's with our staff and each other inside. That's kind of how we went about things. That we think that's a nice moderate masking, knowing with all the vaccinations and what's opening up. We're going to keep monitoring what the governor and what, all the different guidelines as they change. And if things change, we may change our policy too. So we'll just have to adjust and see. Members who do choose that they would like to wear a mask more can wear a mask more, but we will not let them in the water. We do not want masks in the water at all. So, please know your comfort level. If you want to have a mask sitting on the side or something like that, please know that, you can always wear your mask more if you want. So there's that. Our staff will have masks on all the time when they're working, with the exception of when they're actively lifeguarding. So when they're sitting on the chair, we don't want them responding to an emergency and having to worry about pulling their mask off. So when they're lifeguarding, they will not have a mask on. The swim instructors will wear a face shield, but no mask. Again, we don't want any masks in the water, so a face shield while they're working with your kids. And then other than that, everybody's 100% mask. And I did already tell you that the mandates are changing with the wind, so we will continue to monitor what it is. I know the governor has said 70%, and he may lift his order when we get 70% vaccination rate for the state. So we'll just keep an eye on that, and we'll go with it from there. That's the cover. I've covered all of the FAQs. I'd be glad to open it up to public comment. So if anybody is on the line for public comment, John, would you go ahead and push them through?
Yep, bringing in Rebecca now.
Hi, Rebecca. How are you? You can press *6 to unmute. Rebecca?
Hi, is it going?
Hi.
Yes, hi. I didn't know if you could hear me okay.
We can hear you.
Oh, okay. I just had a question. First of all, I can understand how complicated all this is, trying to make everybody happy. And I don't envy your job, Monica, because there's a lot of stuff to still filter through. A couple questions I had just real quick. One was just regarding the lap lanes. I know that you have to try to be fair so that everybody gets time in there, and restricting to 2 per lane. Everything makes perfect sense to me, except the part about that you have to call for your reservation. First, I know from all the years, I've been a member here almost 20 years, people love the lap pool. That is what we do, especially when you work out. That is what, our happy place, if you will. But to try to call to get a reservation, I guarantee you the line is going to be busy constantly. Then you're going to have people saying, well, I can only come at Wednesday. Can you check Friday? Can you check this? Your people are going to be tied up with the phone trying to accommodate everyone. And then it'll end up that you have to drive in person to make the reservation. And for people who work like myself, it's going to be a madhouse. It's going to be when you release those dates every week, everybody's going to clamor for the same times. And it's only, roughly 80 people a day will get to lap swim because it's about 10 per hour. You're going to have no shows. If you sign up for your spot and it rains that day, you're out of luck. I mean, there's going to be a lot of issues with this. I guess I was wondering, can they simplify this and just make it like some kind of whiteboard memo thing where you just sign your name and you wait, and then you can see how many people are ahead of you. If there's 4 people ahead of you, then you kind of know, okay, I have about a half hour, and then I can get a lane when it opens up. Some people are going to get an hour and only swim 15 minutes, and then the lane's going to go unused. There's going to be a lot more chaos, I feel like, doing it this way where if I'm paying a full membership and these reservations book out because I can't jump on the phone right at 9 or the line's busy and I work, I can't keep calling to get through, I could technically never get a lane spot because of the flexibility that I don't have because of working full time or the hours that I'm only available to go. I think weather's going to be a problem. I think people are going to be a lot of no-shows. And then the idea of how to get through in a line to get your reservation. I mean, it just seems like it's overcomplicated when we could just walk. I've been at other pools. I actually had joined another one last year that did exactly the same thing. You walk in, you put your name on the list. When the lane's open, they call the next, you go, you cross your name off, the next person goes. If my reservation, for example, is at 4 o'clock and my family is going earlier in the day, I have to leave and come back then to swim. I can't even swim when my family's there, when we're all there together. We'd have to drive home and come back. That's what I mean. Is it a possibility that instead of, we could either do an online like SignUpGenius or something like that, or could we do it where you have just a normal wait list? I feel like it's just a thing to, we're already there at the pool. I'll see how many people are ahead of me. First come, first serve. I don't know, but that's just my thought. We're spending good money. I'm thrilled to death about swim lessons, about swim team. I kudos to you guys for figuring all that out. This is just one more value that is very important to me personally, and I just don't know how this could all work.
I hear you, Rebecca. I'm going to tell you, the lap swimming has been, we've gone through many variety and phases of planning for that. We tried online reservations. And the thing with online reservations, I feel like there's a lot less flexibility because, and it'd be more difficult for our staff to monitor on-site online reservation. So we try to simplify by doing call-in, and then if there's like a space available when you show up, then you can hop in, or if someone no-show, then you can hop in, but then it also gives you the opportunity to plan in advance a little bit too. I can always re-look at it. I know that there were a couple people upset about this, so I'd be glad to re-look at it, but right now this is what we have in place after a lot of vetting, I'll tell you. But we will, I hear you, and we'll take a look.
I just can't see how, like, in all fairness to your staff, do you want 30 people calling you every hour to book this and to try to get through? And like I said, I think there'll be busy signals. I just really can envision the only way to get it is what you said earlier, to show up in person and wait at the gate, to meet with someone, to put your name on a list, and then drive back and then hope to get in. I mean, it's just so much more complicated, I feel like, this way, that I just think I'm going to get nothing but a busy signal. And then by the time you get through, they're going to say, I'm sorry, all the slots are full. And then you're out of luck. Or, you know, like I said, you sign up, and we all know the afternoon thunderstorms that come through there at different times of the day. And if that's your time slot, that's it. You're out. And I just feel like we're paying the same amount of money, and yet I know with COVID, this is not an easy situation for anybody. I said, I hope you can hear in my voice. I truly do sympathize and understand. But there are some instances that I feel like we're way overcomplicating this than it needs to be. And doing it only by phone, again, you're kind of out, like, there's people, again, like myself, who work or have kids, young families. I don't know how this would work.
And Rebecca, I want to emphasize, it's not only by phone. If you could show up, and if there's a lap lane available, you can get in the pool. If there isn't already a reservation, you can get in the pool. It's just, we wanted to give people opportunity to be able to lock some time, and maybe we leave a lane for that. We can look at it. I'll look at it.
Yeah.
I have no problem.
I just know a lot of people like myself who are working and said, how am I going to stop in the middle of my day while I'm working to keep calling to get a reservation? I think that's where we're all like, or people, again, they're in swim lessons and they can't stop. Their kids are there, or for swim practice, and yet you have to keep getting on your phone or going in person and hoping to rush people at the gate that you're going to, get in there. It sounds crazy, but for us, for members like myself who've been there so many years, there is a huge group of us that we are very closely bonded over our love and passion for swimming, and we live for this. And you do a fantastic job with the pool. Always been clean. I think we're all spoiled by what a wonderful facility we have. And after, you know, a year of missing it, we're clamoring to get back. And these restrictions, as though I know they're necessary, I think a better system hopefully will come out of this that works, that we're not, you know, having to stop and keep calling and hope to get through. I just see that that is definitely going to happen. I know how many people swim from being there so long, waiting for a lane. And I think just this is going to be a little bit chaotic. But again, I do hope, you know, I sincerely mean it. I applaud your effort. And I just want to hope to work for a situation that would work for the majority of people, not just some of the people.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you.
We have Susan online next.
Okay, thanks, John. Hi, Susan. You can press *6 to unmute. Hi, Susan. Susan, you can press *6 to unmute. John, is Susan still there?
Yeah, we still have Susan.
Is there someone else on the line? Maybe we can pull Susan out and try and get her back in.
Yep, we have Katie online. We will bring her in now.
Okay, great. Thank you. Hi, Katie.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks. My question is regarding the closing from 3 to 4. What's the procedure regarding what people have to do during that time?
We're closing the facility. Everybody will have to leave.
Okay, so leave and then come back after 4?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was my only question. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. John, is there anybody else on the line, or can Susan come in, you think?
We're working on fixing Susan now,
Okay.
and we don't have any further public comment at the moment.
Okay, well, we'll wait for Susan. We'll see if we can get her in.
Just a reminder for everyone in the waiting room, you can press *9 to raise your hand and signify that you have a comment.
Are there a lot of people in the waiting room, John?
About 7.
Okay.
All right, we have Caroline. We're going to bring her in now.
Okay, great. Thank you. Hi, Caroline.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hi. Okay, terrific. Yeah, and I sent an email to this effect earlier today, and I wanted to echo what Rebecca said. First of all, appreciate your efforts to accommodate everyone and make sure everyone is safe. But I have serious concerns about the lap swimming reservation system. As Rebecca said, to have to call in when you're planning to swim every day. And for some of us, an hour is not adequate, 2 hours. And I believe that the rules that were sent out said you could only reserve 1 hour per day per person. So we wouldn't even get a full swim in for those of us who swim longer.
Gotcha.
Also, as Rebecca said, we could sign up for a time thunderstorm and then we're totally out of luck. Just getting through on the phone lines, I could see to be very complicated. And then you'd have people calling at the last minute to cancel. Then you have the open swim lanes, people calling and lining up 7 days worth of swims, which again, as Rebecca was pointed out, would have the phone line totally tied up. I don't think it's necessary to have this advanced reservation system. I too have belonged to pools where you just have a sign-up board and you go sign up. When your name is called, you go in and swim for whatever time, and then at least you can go at your convenience instead of having to pick a time and day that a week in advance that may not work for you because of, again, work commitments, etc. when that day arrives. So I just think it would be much simpler. One of the things that, as Rebecca pointed out, we love about LMT is the fact that there is a lap pool, so we can go when we can get to the pool to swim laps. And if there's no flexibility like that, where it's really going to preclude us from doing, or from me, because I don't have a family, from using the pool for the reason I use it. So I would urge you to use the sign-up system, which works really well at several other pools I've belonged to. Again, as with Rebecca, I've been a swimmer forever. So, and we would be happy to work with you to design a system that would work a lot better than having to make these reservations. So thanks very much for your consideration.
Thank you, Caroline.
We now have Susan back.
Oh, good. Hi, Susan. You just press *6 and you can, yeah, there you are.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. I've just been listening to the conversation about the sign up, and I just wanted to put a vote of confidence in for an app called SignUpGenius, which was used at the pool I belonged to last year. Yep. Okay, I'm sorry, I was just hearing an echo. So I just wanted to put in a vote of confidence for SignUpGenius, which we used at the pool I belonged to last year, and it worked great. The lifeguards could monitor it on a little laptop at the entrance, and people could sign up from their phones, sitting in their chairs or from home or anywhere else, and it was very convenient. So I just wanted to put in a vote of confidence for that app.
Great. Thank you, Susan.
Thank you.
We now have Andy.
Great. Hi, Andy. How are you? Could you press *6 to unmute yourself? There you are. Hi, Andy.
Yeah, I'm here. Hi. I just had two questions. The time period between 3 and 4, where you have to vacate the area, is there an issue with like being in the parking lot, or are they cleaning out everything, or can you just hang out, and then come back in at 4?
Yeah, if you want to hang out in the parking lot, that's fine. If you want to play at the playground, go play tennis, play basketball, hit a ball around. From 3 to 4, we're just cleaning the facility, working on catching up, vacuuming, skimming, whatever it is that we need to do as far as sanitation, and then we'll come back in at 4, fresh and ready for the evening crew.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea. And my one other question, because you were saying in the beginning you were limiting it to 1,000 people.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And how many members are there actually at this point?
Oh, Lynn, do you know that offhand? I haven't looked at the numbers recently. I do not know. There are a couple thousand, at least.
Oh, okay. So what happens then when you've reached your capacity? You just stop letting people in, or how is that going to work?
Well, I don't anticipate that we will, with the way that we programmed, reach capacity. Now, the new state mandates allow us to go all the way up to full capacity, which is the 1498.
Right.
But on a regular day in any given hour in 2019, I don't think we ever exceeded that. So I don't think we're gonna have a problem. Now, if we do get close now, so this is something I didn't talk about. We did purchase a monitoring system that's going to scan people as you go in and out, count heads. and it's going to project on our webpage a little monitor. I can't remember. It's like a circle that kind of lets you know what the numbers are. If you go on the website, you can check before you come, because some people are concerned about capacity in a different way. They really don't want
Right, sure.
to crowd it. So you can take a look and see how many people are there at that time, and you can decide whether you want to come or not. And we're going to be monitoring that. We'll send out an announcement, say we're reaching capacity. Please hold off for a little while. We'll put another announcement out when we lower our numbers. But so we'll put that out in enough time that it won't be a problem.
Okay. So then just go on to the township website, and then the pool will come up as,
Yes, it's not active yet, so don't go looking for it yet. We're still working on it. Yeah.
My guess is no one's there yet.
No one's there. Well, the maintenance staff and the painters, they're all there. You'll probably see anywhere from 10 to 15 right now. But well, as soon as we do post it live, we'll send out the link so everybody can see what it looks like. A lot of rec facilities are using this to monitor their capacities. And I'm quite excited about it, because we didn't really have a good way to monitor flow hour by hour before, just so we can get an idea. We can look and regroup for future. So very excited to have that. But I don't anticipate we'll reach it. Maybe a hot day, but without the special events, I don't anticipate that.
Exactly. And one last, and then I'll let somebody else call. As far as having guests or another family member or something like that, I think I read that it said in July, but if you find earlier that you're not getting the 1,000 people or whatever, will something possibly come out earlier?
Yeah, the reason we chose July, because it gave us enough time during the full season. We don't start our full schedule until the end of June. And
right.
So we wanted to give us a couple weeks to take a look at what the schedule will be once we're at full bore. So that's the reason why we said mid-July. Yeah, but we'll take a look at it and we'll see how it's going. And, if it can be earlier, we will.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for taking my call, and hopefully we'll all have a nice summer.
Thank you, Andy. Look forward to seeing you at the pool.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Next, we have Lauren.
Great, thank you. Hi, Lauren. If you could press *6, then and unmute yourself. There you are. Hi, Lauren. Lauren? Are you there, Lauren?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm here. I was talking to myself. Thank you for this overview. It's been great. My family and I are thinking about joining or planning to join this season. I just had two questions. One was about which pool has the lap lanes, and the other is I wasn't sure about what the long course is, just because I saw that opened earlier, so I was curious to know what that is.
Do you want to explain the long course? The long course is the length of the Olympic pool, down from the diving well to the slide. Was it 50 meters, Lynn?
Yes.
Yeah, 50 meters long.
Oh, does that open earlier on certain weekends or no?
We are this year.
Wrong?
That's new. We're opening it earlier before anything, really, so that people who do, like longer races have the opportunity to have the long course swimming. People have been asking for that for years. So we're trying it out this year. It's mostly I believe it's only on the weekends to try it this year.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah.
And that you can't reserve. You just show up and you can swim.
That's also for reservation.
Reservation too.
Yeah, it's a limited time, so we don't want you showing. You're not gonna be able to do it all day, so we don't want you showing up at the end of time and start, and then we have to start swim lessons or something,
Okay. And then in years past, how many people would be swimming in the lap lanes? Was it super popular?
Oh yeah, the lap lanes are very popular. I don't know how many we've gone up to, but yeah, they're very, very popular. As you could hear earlier.
Yeah, sure.
From Rebecca and Carolyn. Yeah, there's a good crew that come and they lap swim. We also have a lot of water walkers who come and use.
Oh wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Lauren.
Thanks.
We have Chris next.
Hi, Chris. Could you press *6 and unmute your phone?
Hello?
Hi, Chris. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Great. Thank you.
So, a couple of questions. First question comes to, so we signed up for a family membership already. We have until the end of May to get a refund, correct?
Yes, before May 29th. So by May 28th, you'd have to put in writing that you want to have a refund. Yes.
Okay. Now, my next question is, so let's say I keep my membership and like midway through season, rules change or something changes that we're not on board with. Can I get a refund then?
We are not doing refunds during the season. However, we do plan to include the membership in any policy changes. So you'd have an opportunity to be included if we do policy change.
Okay. So let's say, well, I get like my main thing is like with capacity and turning me away like every time I come in. What if that starts to get to be like a, because I can only certain times because of my schedule and bring the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm worried that like I might come and get turned away because it's at capacity. And if that starts to be like a regular thing, I'm not going to really get to use it much.
Yeah, I do hear you. We did try to plan and program the pool in a way that it's really not going to be that bad. And also part of the 3 to 4 closure, it pulls everybody out of the pool. So a second group of people get an opportunity to come in too for that 4 o'clock time.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
And so my third question is more of a comment / question. And I think I might know the answer to this, but so in the past as members, I guess the pool manager was Jeff way back when.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a lady after him.
Jackie.
So, but as members, I noticed I would come there in the morning sometime, grab a table, kids would get in the pool. I noticed, and I brought this attention to everybody, that people would come in the morning, put their stuff on a table or something, and then leave the pool for hours, and then come back later, basically holding their table all day.
Yeah, Chris, we'll have to take a look at that and try maybe see if we can come up with a remedy. I know the 3 to 4, the closing from 3 to 4 is going to help.
Right, that will help.
Yeah.
That will help. I thought I read somewhere that you guys were going to have like a system, like a cone on the table.
We did change
for
that.
Family.
We did change that. We were going to do that. You have a cone on the table. When you're done, you put the cone on and we know to clean it. We changed that to a clean wipe in, wipe out system, just because, it was getting expensive for us to order the supplies. 2, 3, some of the policies are changing with regard to capacity and some of the information.
Right.
So we did change that, but we were going to have that initially. Yes, you're right.
Okay, because the issue is like, even if you're monitoring how many people are coming in and out, like these people can leave, but they could still kind of be reserving their table, and nobody wants to touch any of their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So now what? They're just leaving their stuff there, and they come back, as long as it's before 3 o'clock, and they still have their table.
I hear that, Chris. I have to say I don't have an answer or solution for that right now.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I brought that up to Jeff and the other, I think her name was, you said was Kathy. I brought it up to both of them, and nobody had an answer then. And I mean, the only answer is me as a member have to say something to these people. But now you're talking about confrontation, and I don't feel like I should have to do that.
Yeah. I mean, we can, well, now I know. I didn't really know that people were holding them for that long and leaving the facility. So,
oh yeah.
I think Lynn and I will have to group with that with some of the managers and try and come up with an answer to that. But right now I have to say, I don't have a good solution
All right. Well, I appreciate you looking into it at least.
Yes, thanks, Chris. I really appreciate you, calling in and letting us know.
All right. Thank you. And the snack bar, you guys are still going to have the same company running it, or?
Yep. Steve is back.
Cool.
Celia
Cool.
Catering.
Okay. All right. Very good. That's all I got today. Thank you very much for your time.
Yes, thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.
Take care.
Next up, we've got Mark.
Thank you. Hey, Mark, how are you? Can you unmute by pressing *6? Mark, you can press *6 to unmute your phone. Oh, there he is. Hey, Mark.
Yes, I think I am.
Mark, you're in. Mark, would you like to make a comment?
Yes, I would.
Great. Mark, you're in the meeting now.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, could you if you have your phone or TV on or something like that in the background, just turn that off or mute it because we're hearing the echo in the background.
Okay. Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I wanted to confirm that between the hours of... yes, I would. Okay. I wanted to confirm that between the hours of 6 and 7:45.
Mark, I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Could you just speak up a little bit? Could you set your phone or TV on or something like that in the background? Hi, Mark. John, could we pull Mark into the other room and work with him so we can get him so we can hear him?
Yep, working on that now.
Oh, great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
In the meantime, we're bringing in Jack.
Okay, great. Thank you. Hi, Jack. How are you? Please press *6 to unmute yourself. Hi, Jack. Oh, there you are. Hi, Jack. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Oh, great. Thank you.
Just a few comments. I was looking at how they are planning on monitoring and running the lap pool area. I was curious. I joined another pool that simply just had a whiteboard out there, and we're all adults that we simply signed up. We had time limitations of like an hour, hour and a half. We sat and just waited for someone to get out and simply wrote our name down on the board rather than having to call in and try to get assigned times. I think that's going to be personally a nightmare. There's no guarantee we're going to be able to get through. I know the lifeguards are going to be busy. So why not just stick with the whiteboard and go that route?
Jack, thank you. You're actually the third person who brought up whiteboard today. So it's definitely something that we're going to take a look at.
Okay, great. The other thing, the other gentleman had mentioned about people leaving items on tables and being unattended. I know that for my family, I've got 3 active kids. So between us running to the playground, running to pools, snack bar, I mean, we're all over the place. So half the time, yeah, it looks like we're not there, but it's just because we're busy at the pool doing other things.
Right.
I'm sure a lot of other families have that same circumstance.
Yes, thank you, Jack. I know I have 5 kids myself. So when, I can feel that. Thank you.
The other question I had is I'm familiar with CDC guidelines regarding like outdoor cleaning, And they show right on there that the additional efforts that are being required, like for all these additional wipe down, aren't required for outdoor venues like this. I'm just curious, where is the pool getting that information from? What governing body, where are the requirements coming from?
For wiping down is, well, first of all, their food, their tabletops, people are eating off of them, some of our spaces, but also some of its comfort level. I mean, people are worried about our highest concern for the residents is cleanliness. So we're really trying to be on top of the cleanliness and the sanitation of the facility. It might be a little bit over the top compared to what the CDC feels for the outside, and it's definitely more than what we're doing at our playground. But people are paying for a certain level of security, and people really want to make sure that our facility is clean. We'll make sure that the facility is clean.
Okay, I can appreciate the extended efforts that you want to maintain, sure, to help put people's minds at ease. Is there any news on what's going on with the slide?
We're going to run the slide. What do you mean for the repairs? Yeah, the slide will be open.
Well, no, when previously there was talk of not opening the slides, so I wanted to find out if that was the case or what was going on.
Yeah, we did at one time. We weren't sure if we would be able to open them or not, but yeah, the slide and the diving board will be open. Really looking forward to having them. The amenity is a very popular amenity, so I'm glad to have them.
Okay, my son's also participating in the swim team there. Are they going to be allowing swimming events going on?
Yes, we're going to do live events. We worked I didn't talk about the swim team today, swim and dive, so very excited. We will have some live events. We will have to be mindful of numbers as not to affect the numbers of members for the live events, but we will have live events. We will make sure that the live events are posted so the rest of the membership knows when we're going to have them. So that they can make a decision whether they want to be there that night or not. There's only going to be a few of them, but we will have them in person, yes.
Okay. And I know that the pool was very good about having events for the families going forward. Will they be having anything like that? Like, will they have, I know sometimes they just put music on. I think they had a DJ there a few times. Will they be doing anything like that in the future?
This year, we're not planning for events just because those are our highest number days. That's where we get the most amount of people. So this year, we're not planning on any special events. In the future, do we plan to have them? Yeah, as soon as we can have them back, we will. But this year, probably no.
The last question I had is the other gentleman, I believe, had mentioned regarding memberships being, you have up until, I can't recall the exact date in May, to request a refund. But per his example, what if in June 15th, suddenly the policies are changing, they're restructuring things, now you have to call in, or they're saying, okay, no more lap lanes for some bizarre reason. Would the pool consider prorating a refund and allowing those people that don't want to participate and able to get their monies back? Because we're buying in right now on how things are set up now. And then suddenly to have them changed halfway through doesn't really seem fair to the community.
Well, I'm going to tell you, the only two things that might change are whether we allow guests or not. Well, three, whether we allow guests or not, whether we expand capacity or not, and possibly masking depending upon what mandates or vaccinations. Those are the three policies that will be changing. Other than that, we don't plan to change anything for the entire season. And we plan to include the membership in those policy change. So, based on the comfort level of the members. So, I'm trying to be very upfront with you about what possibly could change. Everything else is planning to stay the same.
Okay, good to know. Thank you. One final question, I'll pass off to somebody else. When you go into the pool, are you being assigned like a certain area? Because I've got 3 kids. I try to aim for the tree area because I have to be able to visually see them, because I just want to make sure that they're watching what's going on, keep them out of the sun, just be a proactive parent and watching my kids. Can you explain what's going to happen as you enter the pool?
Sure. You'll sign in like normal, check in, you'll find your spot, and that's your spot. First come, first serve. you know, I appreciate that people have different areas of the pool. We're not assigning anything to you. Just like normal as far as seating, except for the seating is going to be spread out a little bit more than usual.
Okay, great. I thank you very much. I appreciate the information.
Yes, no problem, Jack. We look forward to seeing you this summer.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bringing Mark back in.
Sure. Hi, Mark. How are you?
Very well. How are you?
Great, thank you. How can I help you?
First of all, I wanted to let you both know, we all appreciate what you've all must have gone through to just get the pool to the point of being opened. I did have one question as a serious lap swimmer. Would you verify, am I correct in thinking that from opening day on May 29 to, I believe it's maybe June 18th or whatever, that on a weekday, that the only hours for lap swimmers and the only place for them to swim would be from 6 o'clock to 7:45 p.m. in lanes 7 and 8 of the lap pool only?
I think you emailed me too, Mark, did you?
I did.
Yeah, that was a mistake on I'm going to fix that. Yes, but you're correct. It's 1 through 6, not 7 and 8.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a big difference.
Yes, yeah, that was an error on my side. I do apologize. I
Okay.
think I emailed you back, but I do remember your email. So thank you for bringing that to my attention.
All right. Thank you both very much.
Yes, no problem. Thank you, Mark.
Uh-huh.
Bringing in Sue now.
Hi, Sue.
Hi, can
Yes,
you hear me?
We can hear you.
Hi, thanks for taking my call. I have a question about the schedule.
Sure.
Am I reading this wrong? It looks like that the big pool is not open weekdays.
That's not true. You both found my error.
I don't see.
Those are the two errors.
Okay.
Yeah, the Olympic pool is open throughout the day on the weekdays. And you may have emailed me also. So those are there are a couple things. I'm going to repost the schedule again tomorrow. I'll resend it out, updated. So
Oh, great.
available. Mm-hmm.
Great. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. No problem.
No further public comment.
Oh, thank you, John. So thank you all for commenting, and please know that we hope that you watched this video if you didn't tonight, and give us an email or call if you have any comments or questions. Again, I'd like to thank my staff for working so hard, and I look forward to seeing you all at the pool this summer.